B1, B2 English Story. The Doctor. Ever since I was a little girl, I have wanted to be a doctor. I knew it would be a difficult career choice, but I felt like it was what I was born to do. My parents have loads of photographs of me as a child, reading biology books and playing doctors and nurses with my friends. I loved watching hospital programs on television and was fascinated by the idea of organ donation and complex operations. Once I got to secondary school, I really pushed myself in science. I wanted to get top grades so I could go on to do my A-levels in biology, psychology, mathematics, and art. I know art might seem strange when everything else I wanted to do was academic, but I have always loved art. I feel like it's my escape from life. Whenever I am drawing or painting, I can switch off from the stresses of my life and concentrate completely on my work. At school, I was very shy. I got bullied by some horrible girls in my year because I performed well in tests and was good at sports. I was a geek. Looking back, they were jealous, but at the time it really knocked my confidence. I started to feel worthless and my grades began to suffer. My parents helped me a lot. I feel incredibly lucky to have them. In the end, I didn't quite get the top grades of A stars in my chosen topics, but A's and B's, which I know is still incredibly good. I shouldn't blame other people for this, but I know feeling scared at school because of those girls definitely had an impact on my ability to concentrate in class. Once I got to college, everything changed. I met so many people like me and had a lovely group of friends. I worked hard and I played hard. I ended up taking my chosen A-levels and also had a Saturday job at a local pub. On Sundays, I volunteered at a local children's hospice. A lot of people asked me if that was depressing, but it wasn't. The hospice was one of the happiest places I have ever worked, and it helped me to understand the role of medical professionals within hospice settings. When I applied for a place at university, I knew, without a doubt, that I wanted to do medicine. I applied to my selected universities, took the tests, and had the interviews. It was quite a stressful time. I don't come from a rich or posh family, so sometimes when I went to look around prestigious universities, I felt like I was different. But then I remembered, you don't have to be posh or rich to be a good doctor. Money means nothing. When I got my A-level results, I cried. I was so happy. I got into my university of choice, and that's when the real work began. Years of work, exams, and work placements took over. I would like to say that I loved every minute of it, but I didn't. Sometimes I felt like quitting, And sometimes I felt like it wasn't worth it. And then I'd meet a lovely patient, and I remembered why I was doing it. After I finished my degree, I decided to specialise as a paediatric doctor. That means I work with children. After spending those 2 years at the children's hospice as a teenager, I knew for certain that I wanted to work with children who were struggling with lifelong illnesses. I took placements in hospitals and hospices. Sometimes it was extremely hard, especially when a young child passed away, or I had to break awful news to a family about their little one. Nothing can prepare you for that. People think being a doctor is glamorous. I don't know why. We work incredibly long hours, and I often miss social events with my friends. I finished university 5 years ago, and I recently got a job as the lead doctor back at the hospice where I volunteered as a student. It's lovely to be back there. I feel like it's a little community of like-minded people with one thing in mind, and that's to make the lives of the people using the hospice that little bit better. I always wanted to work abroad as a doctor, but now I'm at the hospice. I can't imagine my life being any other way. I don't earn as much as people would expect, but I'm happy and I'm helping people. What more could I ask for? Now let's go through some vocabulary from this story. Confidence. Confidence. Confidence is the belief that you are able to do things well. Depressing. Depressing. If something is depressing, it can make you feel unhappy and without hope for the future. Donation. Donation. Donation is the act of giving money or goods to an organisation or person. Fascinated. Fascinated. To be fascinated is to be extremely interested. Posh. Posh. Someone who is posh talks or behaves in a way that is typical of people from a high social class. Specialist. Specialist. A specialist is someone who has a lot of experience, knowledge, or skill in a particular subject. Struggle. To struggle. To struggle is to find something very difficult. Suffer. To suffer. To suffer is to experience physical or mental pain. Paediatric. Paediatric is anything relating to the medical care of children. Hospice. Hospice. A hospice is a special hospital specifically for people who are dying. Glamorous. Glamorous. If someone or something is glamorous, then they are attractive and interesting in an exciting or unusual way. Geek. Geek. A geek is someone who is intelligent, but not fashionable or popular.